Blog Talk Radio.
Everybody, and welcome to another edition of Charisma's Lounge. I am your host, Charisma Chloe, and once again, I'm going to introduce you to my two lovely co-hosts, Miss Bunny and Miss Yaya. How are you guys doing today?
Great.
Very well, very well.
Very well, very good.
Good. I'm glad you guys can be with me every week. You know I enjoy this. I enjoy you guys. You're my best friends, so thank you again for doing this with me. I do appreciate it. And we have a very good show for you today. Well, hopefully we'll have a very good show for you today. The topic came to me because I've just experienced this. Well, I didn't experience it, but I've been propositioned this recently, and I'm not going to say by who because I don't think my boyfriend is going to be too happy about that, so I won't say, but I have been propositioned. The show is going to be about whether or not it is good to retreat, or not really retreat, but like go back to your ex and not necessarily go back to him or her, but to go back and sleep with them. If it's just sex, should you sleep with your ex? Is that a good thing? Is that a bad thing? I know some people are kind of split down the middle with that, whether they think that's a good idea or not. I do have an opinion on it, which I will share later. I came up with this because an ex-boyfriend of mine recently just made the offer that we just have sex, and of course I'm not going to do it because I have a boyfriend, but even if I didn't, I don't know. I'll tell you about that later, but that's what the show is about. It's not an email. It's something that I just thought that it would be a good idea because it just happened to me. So call in if you have something to say about that. 347-539-5053, 347-539-5053 is the number you can call in and give us your opinions about that or anything that we talk about, which brings me to our headlines. Ms. Yaya is going to give us those like we do each and every week at 4 o'clock. So here are your headlines. Take it away, sweetie.
Okay, so on a good, happy note, Usher's son, little Usher, 5 years old, was reported doing very well by Mother Tamika on her Instagram. She said that he's happy, healthy, hungry, and watching Fresh Prince of Bel-Air. Little Usher was found in the bottom of a swimming pool while being cared for by his aunt. He was going to get his ball from the drain in the bottom of the pool, and he was found there. And he wasn't doing so well, but good thing he came out of it, and his mother did post a picture and gave an oh, my gosh, I learned how to speak, an update on Instagram saying that he's doing very, very well, so that's very good to hear that. Another story I have, I don't know if anybody has heard, but it's about Oprah, that Switzerland has issued an apology. Well, actually, a tourism group is speaking on for the whole, for all of Switzerland, saying that they are sorry for the way she was treated when she went into a store to purchase a $40,000 bag. One of the the sales girl told her no, that it was out of her price range. I guess she was sleeping under a rock. Don't know who Oprah is. And first comment was, I don't want to be rude. And then, Oprah came at her again and said, may I please, see that bag because I really want to purchase it. And she said, well, I think it's out of your price range. And she said, and Oprah took the high road and said, you know what, you're probably right. I probably can't afford it. And she left. So then when the store found out about it, the owner ripped the sales girl a new one, and issued Oprah an apology saying that, she was in the wrong and they are sorry about what she had said, but they issued it over Twitter. So they didn't even give her a personal apology. They did it over Twitter. And the third one I have here, third and final one, is of Anthony Weiner. And he was the governor that was, sexting and whatever. Well, the girl that he was sexting with was offered a six-figure deal to be on a website called, let me get it here, it's called I Hook Up Mobile. And the part of that contract is she will have to be, the face, keep her profile active, and, of course, mingle with everybody and try to get hooked up. But just for sexting that dude, she gets a six-figure contract, so she is just set just for sexting that guy. So your thoughts, ladies, on the headlines?
It's funny.
I think, if I can get 6 figures for sexting somebody, hell, how come they can't do it?
6 figures.
I'm saying, I can send some random texts to some random people. Hell,
okay.
6 figures, really?
Mm-hmm.
No, but hey, make your money, do what you do.
Hey.
As far as the Oprah situation, really? It's out of her price range. Do they not know who the hell Oprah is?
Right.
Seriously. But that whole situation is just racist. You can't look at somebody and say, hey, this is out of your price range. How the hell do you know what's in my checkbook?
Really?
She shouldn't have been ripped a new one. She should have been fired.
Exactly.
Yeah. Rip the new one. Oh, please.
Yeah, and I'm glad Usher's son is doing well. It's sad that happened to him, but stuff happens, and I heard that they went through a whole court thing, but accidents happen, and I'm just glad he pulled out of it and is doing well.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. Well, I feel the same way about Usher's son. I'm really glad that he pulled out of that. That was scary. That would have been really scary for me if it was my son or nephew or brother or whoever. I can imagine what they were going through. But I am glad that, through God's grace, he's fine. He didn't drown or anything like that. So that's good. I pretty much agree with Miss Bunny on the whole random text message thing. That's just too wow for me. I can't deal with that. And but the lady, I'm with Yaya. The Oprah thing. Was she on Mars for the past 30 years? You don't know,
right?
Who Oprah is. Are you serious? Oprah's worth about $2.5 billion. There is nothing on this earth that's out of her price range unless it costs $3 billion. There's nothing out of her price range. You don't know who she is. Get real. That has to be pure racism. And I know that people want to say that we as a people always holler racism and we play the race card. Okay, I'm not going to really get into that because my show is not really about that. But, if you're dealt something like that, and I'm not saying everybody does, but I'm just saying when you're dealt something like that, that's the card that you play. Plain and simple. And that's what she was dealt. That's the card that she was dealt. And that's why. It's the elephant in the room that nobody wants to talk about. But that's why. What store is Oprah going to go in this country and nobody's going to know who she is? Come on. Pretty much anywhere in the world. You go to Timbuktu and somebody going to know where Oprah is as much as she does for a lot of people in other countries. This girl clearly, or this salesperson, I don't know if it was a girl or not, they clearly don't watch TV. They clearly don't read no magazines. They don't watch nothing. If you don't go on the internet, you must don't do anything if you don't know who Oprah Winfrey is. Come on. That's just ridiculous. But anyway, it is really ridiculous.
And the issue and apology over Twitter is like a slap in the face at that, too.
That is a coward move right there. I'm like, you kidding?
It's so lame. That's so lame to issue an apology over Twitter. You could have gotten a hold of her and gave her a personal apology for that. If you're not going to give me a personal apology for the way your sales associate treated me, then I'd rather you just not give me one. Just be real about it. Because you know that you didn't want to. They're more mad about
retweeted his ass.
Exactly. And,
tell her to retweet him and tell him to keep his sorry ass lame Twitter apology. She don't have no time for that.
You know, and you know the only reason that they're doing that is because they're probably pissed off because they lost a $40,000 sale, more so than the self-associate insulted Oprah. I mean, let's be real about it. They don't care about who buys the stuff as long as you go in there. I don't care if a monkey come in there and spend $40,000. They're going to be more mad about the sale. You know, and that's what that is. You know, somebody like Oprah, I don't think you really want to piss off because she probably tell people in old magazine or wherever she still have a talk show, don't shop here. If you're in Switzerland,
seriously,
they have an entire show. Down. Exactly, they have an entire show on cable called the Oprah Effect. You know, Oprah used to have her favorite things episode. They would skyrocket people's stuff to like oblivion. I wish she would put my book, Protecting Amore, now available on Amazon. Wink. I wish she would put that on her. I'm a shameless plug, sorry, but it's my show. I can do that. Anyway.
That's right.
But I wish she put my book in her book club because really. But you know, she does things like that, and you know, if she goes on her show or anywhere, I don't care if it's on TMZ, and just be like, Oprah, what do you think about that store in Switzerland? Don't shop there. They're going to be shut down within a month. So they need to stop it. Just go on ahead and stop it. You know, fire that person, do good. I don't care if she has 2 kids at home. I know that sounds cruel, but you don't treat people like that. You won't want nobody treating you like that. You want in a store. So you need to, that's kind of stuff that I always say you need to think about before you do it. Start thinking.
Exactly. And it's like they said, you know, and the way that they said how they apologized to her, we're really sorry for what happened to her. Like, what do you mean? And to do that over Twitter, and that doesn't even sound like you wanted to say it to begin with. Like, she would have been fired. That's one. 2, I don't want to hear nothing from no tourist group. Did the tourist people do something to me? No. So that means nothing to me. But you know what, Oprah, that was dumb. You know what happened to Oprah, but who hasn't went through it? I know I've been through it, and I'm pretty sure you ladies have been through it. Not for no $40,000 bag, I'll tell you that. But, you know, but in some way, shape, or form, we've all, you know, faced that a little bit. But, you know, not to get too much into that, it was wrong for what happened to Oprah, but she did take the high road, and she's like, you know what, you're probably right. And then they were like, you turned down who? You serious? That was $40,000. You kidding me? And the real bad thing is that Oprah reportedly made $77 million last year. So I mean, are you kidding me right now? Are you kidding? You know. And as far as Usher's, you know, Usher and Tamika's son, I'm so glad that, you know, that he's doing well and that they, you know, came to a reconciliation, because I know that court battle was ugly, and then it got uglier after the drowning happened, and, you know, and then Usher did the big thing, and he went up to her and he hugged her, because, you know, I don't know if you guys know, but Tamika, you know, her son passed away. So I know it hit home for her. So it's just, I'm glad that, you know, that they were able to reconcile. About Anthony Weiner, you know what? I need to find a senator or governor or somebody to sex, because if that's the case, I'm in the wrong line of work. Seriously. He's offered 6 figures. He's offered
SEX. Well, no. Shit.
Okay.
Yeah.
But yeah. So.
Whew. Yeah, that's woo. Yeah. I mean, I don't really have nothing to say about that. That's just crazy. But
I don't even care if it's a low 6 figure. It's any 6 figure.
Okay. 100,000? You serious? Okay. Shoot.
Thank you, Vivian. Thank you for those headlines. Y'all was very entertaining. If you have anything out there having to contribute to these headlines, give us a call, 347-539-5053. That is 347-539-5053. You can also, if you're already listening on the phone, you can also catch us on the internet at blogtalkradio.com/charismachloe, and you can listen to us on the air and register and talk to us in our chat room. I'm sitting here staring at it. So if you want to do that, you can do that, or call 347-539-5053. So, ladies, on to what I was talking about earlier, which is the topic of our show. So I'll tell you a little story. I'm sitting at home, minding my own business. Actually, I was writing my next book, and I was in the middle of that, and I get this text message, and because, my number's been the same for, like, eons of years. So I get this text message, and he's like, what you doing? And I had taken his number out of my phone, like, a long time ago, so I didn't know whose number it was. And he's like, what you doing? So I'm like, who the hell is this? So I text back, like, who is this? And he's like, you know who this is. Stop playing. You played the little back and forth thing with me for a while. And then so I'm like, really, I'm busy because because I hate when people do that. So I'm like, because you really just tell me who you are because I'm not 12. So
okay.
He's like, yeah, such and such name, which I won't say his name. And I'm like, okay, what do you want? And mind you, my boyfriend was, like, in another room, like, watching TV. So I'm like, what do you want? And he's like, I just want to know if we can get together. I miss you and things like that. And I'm like, no, just point blank, period. I'm not going to play any games. I'm not going to do anything else. I'm just going to be like, no. So he's like, why? I'm like, I have a boyfriend right now. So I gave him the benefit of the doubt because I haven't talked to him in years. So I'm like, I have a boyfriend right now. I can't do that. He was like, well, I'm not trying to be in a relationship with you anymore. It didn't work out, so I'm not trying to do that. I just want to hook up. And we all know what hook up means. So I'm like, dude, even if I was single, I'm not going to hook up with you because personally, I don't believe in backtracking. I broke up with you for a reason. So that means once I break up with you, I don't want no contact with you at all. Like I'm friends with. I only had about maybe I would say 4 or 5 serious relationships in my life where I can actually say that he was actually my boyfriend or fiance or whatever, and it was love. Like those people, I just think when I break up with them, and it's not like it's some casual hookup, but I mean like a relationship. If I break up with you, I don't want anything else to do with you. Like I don't really want to talk to you, and as soon as I meet somebody else and be in another relationship, I really don't want to go there because, those physical attributes that attracted you to one another, they're still there. Like nothing's changed. I mean, you may not want to be with that person, but I feel that you're still probably attracted. And then you put yourself in that situation, that's like the danger zone to me. So I basically just told him, like, no. Don't call me. Don't do any of that stuff because, I mean, I don't cheat. I'm not a cheater, but I'm only human, and I just don't want to put myself in that situation. He couldn't understand why. He's one of those people that believe as long as you're not married, you're single. So he doesn't believe in the middle range. You know what I mean? So he's like, you're not married, you're single, so you should be able to do whatever you want. And I guess technically you are single because there's no box on any application that says married, single, in a relationship or divorced. So it's just married, single, or divorced. So, but I feel that if I'm in a relationship with somebody, I might as well be married because I'm not going to go out of that relationship. If I'm happy and who I am, you know what I mean? I'm not married, but I'm happy with who I'm with. So I'm not going to go out of that relationship and jeopardize what I have and I could potentially have in the future with this person because I want to hook up because your PP was good. Like, no, I'm not going to do that. Like, even if I was single or I didn't have anybody, I don't think I would do that because to me that's backtracking. I know some people they think it's okay, which is fine, but I just don't think it's okay. What do you guys think? Do you guys think that's a good idea to, like, hook up with an ex? I mean, talking about if you're single and an ex calls you.
Right.
Saying, like,
well, in the words of Oprah, from The Color Purple, don't do it, Miss Seeley. Do not do it. That's all I'm saying. Don't do it, Miss Seeley. He ain't worth it. He ain't worth it. It's not worth it. I mean, seriously. You an ex because you exited out of my life for a reason. I don't need
Yes.
you bringing your sorry ass back up around me. You ain't got nothing for me. And it's like, the sex was good. Yeah, it was good, but it wasn't good enough to keep us together. Therefore, I don't need you in my life. So kick rocks to me. Yes, child.
So not even like the occasional hookup you wouldn't do?
Hell to the no. I just don't think it's a good idea. I mean, if y'all was sex buddies, maybe. But if y'all was in a relationship and y'all broke up, it didn't work, there ain't no point to it.
Yeah.
Exactly.
True. I mean, that's dangerous. Like,
it is, and then it just brings back so many emotions. Then you're going to be ready to fight again, and then you're going to be like, well, that's why I shouldn't have messed with your ass in the first place. Now you remember why you left them alone.
Yeah, exactly.
So don't do it.
He or she, it's not like they're going to change, like, anytime soon. So, I mean, to me, I think, I know so many people who do that. Like, they hook up with, he's my ex-boyfriend. Like, one of this girl that I know, she's like, I hooked up with him several times because it's familiar. And I know it's safe, and I know it's familiar, and, you know, we know each other's bodies, and we'll do woo-woo, which I guess that's true, but I can understand it to a certain degree, but to me, I think it's just opened up Pandora's box because to me, it's a reason why you broke up, and I think you should leave that alone. Like, don't keep going back. You're supposed to be in life. You're supposed to move forward. You're not supposed to go back. You know, that's why the days, you know, go up and count up instead of counting back. So you're supposed to go forward, you know, and to me, that's going back. And I just think that people should just move on. Like, I mean, if you're not going to get back with that person, then, because I know there's second chance love going on. Like, a lot of people have second chance love, which I don't have no problem with that if it's the right thing. But if you guys did nothing but fight and you guys feel that you better off apart and then you're going to go back and sleep with that person, you're just going to open up Pandora's box to me. And it's a can of worms that you just really shouldn't open. Because it can lead. I've been there and done that. I'm speaking from experience, and it was not cool doing that. And, you know, we both was like, this was years ago, but we both was like, we're just going to have sex or we're just going to just fool around or whatever, and it's not going to be anything. But it's always something. It's going to turn into something. You know, it just, because there are feelings. There were feelings, and there's going to be feelings. So I believe it's always going to be something. I mean, you know, you just sit and do that. I don't know. So that's my opinion about it.
I agree.
I don't know.
I agree.
Yeah.
Massive silence. It was massive silence. What is this? I thought everybody hung up. I was like, wait, hold on. That's funny. That was like the most awkward silence I ever heard in my life. Okay, wow. I agree with Charisma. I agree with both of you guys. And in the words of Tamar Braxton, remixes are for the radio. You can't do that. Don't go back. Yeah. Don't do it. You guys broke up for a reason. Like, I understand it's all safe, familiar garbage, because I've heard that crap before, but it's not safe, because if it was safe, you guys would have never broke up to begin with. So, I mean, I think that reasoning itself is dumb. But I totally agree with you guys. Don't do it. Remixes for the radio. Leave that alone. It's done. Just let that go, you know? I've been there, done that too, and it hurt, and I can't do that again. I just can't.
Yeah, because they're going to go ahead and do the same thing that they did before, and that's all that's going to happen, you know?
Yeah, to me, that's like the equivalent, like, say you made a meal, right, and you just let it sit out, and you keep reheating and reheating. That mug going to go bad. What's the point of keep reheating? Let it go. Throw it away. Get you some new stuff.
Yeah.
Exactly. Yeah.
I mean, I don't know. I think that's just bad. I mean, plain and simple, it's just bad. I mean, because the person I know, she's already, it's been like maybe a month since she started sleeping with her ex again, and I remember like a month ago, she's like, oh, it's not going to be like that. We already know that we're not going to get back together, and whoopie-whoop-woo is familiar and safe, blah, blah, blah. Okay, but now fast forward a month, and she's like, he's getting on my nerves, and he won't leave my house, and he's blah. And this is all the stuff that you were saying that he was doing when you were with him.
Exactly.
So, now he's gonna do it again. So why would you want to go there? Like, I mean, I understand people think that, okay, the sex in our relationship was real good, and if that's all it's about, then that's not a good reason to be going back to somebody. To be going back, I mean, if you just want to have sex with somebody, why does that have to be your ex? Why can't you just find somebody else?
Right? Seriously. And if that was all your relationship was based on, y'all shouldn't have been in a relationship. Y'all should have just been
Exactly.
You know, if that's all you're based on, and if it wasn't based on that, still that's kind of like being friends. Like, say for instance, if you're a female, you have a male best friend, or vice versa, and you guys have been friends like all of your lives since you were like 2 years old, and all of a sudden you're 30, and you're like, okay, let's have sex. That's not good. Some people think it can work. I mean, I don't know if I have male friends that I've been friends with since I was like 10 years old and stuff like that. And at 36, it's been like, 26 years. And I can't see myself sleeping with him because, I don't know, I think, and some of them are like really hot. But I can't see myself sleeping with them because I have this fear of our friendship being ruined, because I think it can and it will be, because that's a whole nother threshold. That's a whole nother thing. You're with somebody and you're just a friend, and all of a sudden you're like, let's have sex. It reminds me of Music Soul Child song. Remember that song he had about that? Was it called? Half Crazy.
Half Crazy.
It reminds me of Half Crazy. Because you're going to sleep. Go ahead, honey.
No, I was going to say, in regards to that situation, I had a similar situation with a friend. We were friends, since 12. When we were 18, we decided to try to have a relationship. It didn't work. It turned out we were better friends.
Yeah, what do you think the percentage?
But I never
of that?
went back to him, though.
Yeah, true.
I'm sorry?
What do you think what did you think the percentage of people who were friends to lovers was? What's the percentage of people who, when the relationship ended, who still remain good friends? I mean, do you think that most people...
we probably beat the odds on that one. But, I mean, it just turned out that we were way better friends than it was in a relationship. I mean, me and him both know the relationship didn't work, but we were always good friends. I mean, sometimes you just can't be with everybody. People are meant to play certain roles in your life, and our role was meant to be friends. And we're still friends to this day. I know his girlfriend, I know his baby, but at the same time, once we broke up, we never went back either. We never let's try it again. We didn't do all that.
Yeah.
Which is probably why our friendship bond is still strong.
Yeah, and I can see the temptation to go back, especially if you with somebody who you was really, really feeling, you're really, really attracted to, you really, really enjoyed the physical parts of the relationship. And if you're like, that person comes over and you're like, I can see the temptation. But temptation is not always a good thing. It's something that you should probably try to, fight.
Avoid.
I know it's hard to avoid. So that's why I told him, I'm like, I'm not even going to put myself, if he's like, okay, we can still have coffee because we haven't seen each other in years. Like, we can still have coffee at, Starbucks or something like that. And I'm like, no, even though it's in a public place, I'm still feel that I'm putting myself in that situation. I still feel that.
Yeah. Especially knowing what's on his mind.
Exactly.
Coffee
is never just coffee.
Coffee's never just coffee, because next thing you know, he suggested that we meet at the Starbucks that's near his house, and I already know it was strategically planned so that, I got a new place. Once you come see, I know you're good at decorating. Come and see where I need some plant set next thing I'm at his place. And baby, the bedroom, do you think I should paint it?
Right. What do you think about the bedspread? What do you think about that?
The next thing you know, you want a glass of wine? You know, take a load off.
I got a new bottle of wine. You want to try? I know how much you like wine. Liar.
Mm-hmm. I got a new shower head. You want to test out this whirlpool real quick?
And then, you know,
I'm shower head.
Wine, and then I wake up in the morning sneaking out of his room, his house with no shoes on.
Doing the walk of shame. Yep.
So that's the reason why. No. I told him, I was like, no. And I told him that in big capital letters exclamation point. And then I say on the next text message, hell no. And I told my boyfriend, because I showed him, because we don't hide anything from each other. I don't tell him everything, but we don't hide anything as far as like our relationship and us is concerned. So I showed him, laughed. He was like, "Who is that cat?" Like, I'm like, I told him who it was. He's like, "Ha ha ha!" No, I already know, because he knows that I'm not gonna go out and creep on him. So he trusts me. And he just laughed about it. Like, then he looked at me like all sideways, talking about, you were thinking about that. I'm like, okay, if I was thinking about that, I'm not gonna sit there and be like, yeah, honey, I was thinking about cheating on you. Like, who does that? But I mean, you know, he knows. He was joking, but he knows that I would never do anything like that. But it was just weird. Like the text, you know, you get a text out of nowhere from somebody you haven't talked to in years, and you just like, what?
Yeah. Oh yeah.
It just like sidetracked you. Like, who the hell is this? Like, and then it was so blunt. Like, you want to hook up? Like it went from like, hey, what you doing? I'm fine. How you been? Good. Bing. Want to hook up? I mean, it was just like that. Seriously.
I'm going to tell you guys a situation that just happened to me recently. Well, recently being a couple months ago.
Okay.
I get this random text from my ex. This is funny. He goes, I know you collected My Little Ponies back then. I'm trying to buy some for my daughter. Okay, now, how much more random can that get? Okay, so I'm like, yeah, I still got my Little Ponies, blah, blah, blah. He's like, well, I'm trying to buy some, and I know you got the good ones. Can you sell me some? At that point in time, I needed some money. So I'm like, yeah, I'll sell you, 10 for $200 or whatever, blah, blah, blah. And he's like, yeah, blah, blah, you can drop them off at my house. What? Why would I drop them off at your house? What reason do I have to come to your house? I have no reason to come to your house. Oh, well, it'll be easier, just trying to find a way to get me at his house. So me being the genius that I am, I had my husband drive me to his house. Needless to say, when he came outside, he was a little shit-faced, like, yeah, hi. Yeah, the husband and the dog came, as a matter of fact.
Oh, okay.
He was in the car with us.
The dog, too.
So I'm like, yeah, that's my husband. This is our dog. Where's my money? And he looking like, dang, you brought the whole family? Yeah, why wouldn't I? I don't mess with you like that.
Right?
But I just thought that was hilarious because he's, like, trying to find a way to get me over there so bad. Like, yeah, I'll come over there, me and my husband, and
my dog.
Run up if you want to. This tip boy got the dog alike.
Okay, I hear that.
You got the dog and you got the dog.
I'm chilling in the back seat. And look, my husband's so smooth with it. He took the dog out to go for a walk, just so he can, flex up the dog muscles. Like, yeah, we got a big dog.
Okay.
And y'all the pit bull, right? Yeah, you see. The dog.
Yeah, we got.
I mean, I can't believe, like, people, I mean, guys, and I know girls probably do this too, but guys just have that bad where they just, but I guess you never know unless you put it out there, but I mean, it's nothing subtle about the way they ask you to go to bed with them. Like, seriously.
Oh, yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
It's like, can you be a little bit less crude about it? Like, Can you just
really?
You have to just be like that 100. Like I'm all for keeping it 100, but do you mean to keep it that 100? Like I mean, I had somebody actually tell me like we were having. This is actually before I met my boyfriend, but I was texting this guy and I just met him maybe about a week prior. And we were texting each other like, yeah, what do you like to do? We need to go on a date, blah, 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 blah. So we went out on one date, and then maybe about a week later, he texted me like, what are you doing? So I'm like, oh, I'm watching TV. Mind you, we've known each other for like 2 weeks at this point. Oh, what are you doing? I'm watching TV. Oh, can I get some? Just like that.
Wow.
I'm like, really?
Wow.
Like, seriously,
wow.
I mean, I'm wondering if, like, is it that many girls that are responding to this? Well, that they feel that they could just do this? That's what I'm wondering.
Oh, wow.
Because
they're not giving you horrible pickup lines.
I guess.
They're getting straight to the point.
I don't even know if
tried
that's
it
a
on
pickup
somebody.
line. That ain't even no pickup line. That's like a straightforward, like, give me some.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
They're just telling you straightforward, like.
Nobody can say that to me but my boyfriend. Like, seriously. If he came and told me that, I'd be like, fine, whatever. You know?
Right.
This is us. You know what I mean? But some random dude, no. No, I don't care if I've been texting you for, like, months. No, don't do that. That's so tacky.
Exactly. That's disrespectful.
You know? It is. It's very disrespectful.
What you doing?
You know,
Can I smash? What do you mean? What do you mean? What? What?
I mean,
what do you mean?
That's like an ex coming to you, and although he wasn't even an ex, but it's like an ex coming to you offering you money to have sex with you or something stupid like that. Like, I mean, I don't know. The girl that I was just telling you guys about that I know that this has happened to, that's one of the things she told me, like, okay, he even buys me things now and you know, gives me money and stuff like that, but I'm like, that's still bad because if you let somebody buy you stuff like that, it's like you're almost like you're stuck. You know, I mean, we all know you're not. You know how not literally, but I mean like you can leave, but I mean figuratively. You know, like when you're in a club and a guy buys you a drink and you're kind of like you have to dance with him for like 5 minutes. You know, because you can't just like get a drink from a guy and just be like, okay, bye. I mean, I know girls do that, but I mean, it's kind of rude. You know what I mean?
Mm-hmm.
Do something like that. So, I mean, you kind of like have to dance and like, yeah. And then for like 5 songs, and then you're like, thank you for the drink, peace out. But you can't just be like, okay, thank you, bye. Because that's rude.
Yeah.
But when you meet somebody, you're sleeping with him, he's buying you all this stuff, and he checks, what are you gonna do? You see, that goes along with me with what I said about that's taking that too far. Like you should never have done that because now you're letting him buy you things, flowers, all this different stuff, and rings and jewelry. She said he buys her jewelry and got her car fixed.
That's too much.
You know, and things like that. So I'm like, that's not where it's at. You know, and that's just a little bit too much to me. Like, you know, you can't do that. And I don't know, just buying you stuff and all that stuff. That's just to me is too far. And that's one thing that, you know, you can easily go down a road again of getting back together with somebody when you sleep with them again and going back. And that's what's going to lead you back to another relationship that you should not have been in the first place, to me. And I don't know. It's just kind of wrong to me. Like, I don't know. But anyway, if anybody out there has anything to say about this topic, or if you've ever slept with an ex, or you don't think it's right to sleep with an ex, give us a call, 347-539-5053, 347-539-5053, or you can log on to blogtalkradio.com/charismachloe and register and talk in our chat room while we're on the air. So, yeah, I don't know. It's just, I know when I did that, it was kind of we had been broken up for maybe about a year, and I just figured, I was really young at the time, I think I was about 22, and I just figured that it would be okay, because I'm like, oh, it's just hookup, it's just casual, and you always think that. I think people always think that anyway, regardless to what your history is with that person. They just always go into something saying it's a casual hookup, and then it's fine if it's only like one time, maybe once or twice, but if you hook it up with somebody every day or every week,
right,
you're going to start feeling something. Because it can never, especially as girls, like us, we're more emotional with stuff. I mean, there are times when, you just hook up with somebody, but usually if you only hook it up with them for that one night or something like that, because there's no emotional ties. But when you sleeping with somebody for like a year, after a year, do you really think it's just a hookup? Is it?
Right.
I don't know. I mean,
I'm the type of person, I can cut myself off emotionally if I know that's not what it is.
Yeah.
You just have to know what it is and know what it ain't. That's where being honest comes into play.
After a year, though? Like a year or two?
Yeah. Yeah. Well, I had a sex buddy for 2 years, and we kept it real. He had relationships. I mean, we never slept together when he was in a relationship, but, when we were both single, and we needed some, we would call each other, and that's what it was. I mean, he didn't want nothing bad to happen to me. I didn't want nothing bad to happen to him, but I didn't have feelings for him like that. I mean, I cared about his well-being, and that was it.
But did you see him on a regular basis, or was it just a thing that you only called each other when y'all needed that?
I mean, he lived like 3 blocks away from me, so I would see him occasionally. But, I mean, it wasn't like an everyday thing, and we didn't talk on the phone every day or every week or anything like that. It was just, hey, what are you doing? Let's hang out.
Yeah, I guess that can work. I mean, if it's one of the things where you don't talk all the time and it's just the only time you really see each other is when you're doing that. But, I mean, if you're like a friend of somebody or this person's ex-boyfriend and you know this person inside and out, or if it's a best friend, I'm wondering if that could really work out. And if it's like something like that, and you go back to your ex and you say, okay, all we're going to do is have sex, is that really going to work out? Like,
I see what that is, and
you know what I'm saying? That's a little bit different. That's a little bit different because
different.
Even if it's your best friend, you still love this person, or you still have feelings for this person, and then you cross that line. So what are you going to do? Like, we're just going to have sex and that's it. So you have sex with your best friend or your ex, and then, in some people's situation, their ex does become their best friend. It could happen.
Right.
So, you your best friend or your ex, and then all of a sudden they get into a relationship, but you're sleeping with them, and they're like, okay, I can't sleep with you anymore because I have a girlfriend. Are you really going to be able to be like, okay? And,
like, and you right, it's good.
Okay. I don't know. I mean, I know I've heard people beg to differ on what I'm saying. I'm pretty sure people out there and they have opinions about that. They probably are living it, and they're like, oh, yeah, I'm sleeping with my ex, and everything's fine. When he had a girlfriend, I just, I'm okay with it. I mean, if you are, I say good, but I think more harm can come in out of good. I don't think that could be a good thing.
I agree.
Because not that many women are like Bunny, because, Bunny's fortunate enough to be able to cut yourself off when you did that. You know what I mean? Your past experience, you were able to just cut it off because you knew, like, okay, we're just going to smash, keep it moving. But I know girls that just get screwed once every Christmas and they still sprung. So, I mean, they bring their dude bringing another chick and like, who's that hoe? Like, I only see you like once every fa la 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 la. What do you mean? What do you mean? We're just here to smash, and that's it. And I know women that get more sprung on much less. You know what I mean? So it's all about being able to cut yourself emotionally off. And if you're not, don't do it. Just don't, because there is going to be some emotional attachment there, especially from us women.
Exactly.
Yeah.
And I knew that when I first met my boyfriend, I knew offhand that if I started having a casual relationship with him like that I was not going to be able to do that. And I told him that in the beginning. I was honest with him because I can do that, but it just depends on, like Ms. Bunny said, I can do that. It just depends on the person. But I knew that I was not going to be able to do that with him because, he might not be perfect, but he's perfect for me. So
Amen.
I knew in my head that he was perfect for me. And this is the type of person that I want to be in a relationship with. This is the type of person I can see myself having a future with. And I didn't, of course I didn't know all that in the first day, but I mean, as I got to know him over the time has passed, I knew that. And I told him, I'm like, I'm not going to be able to just have a casual physical relationship with you. So if that's what you want, we might as well just be friends before we start doing all that kind of stuff. And I told him that. He's like, well, that's not what I'm looking for. I'm dating you because I want to date you. So that it just so happened that that's what he wanted too. He wanted the same things that I did, but had he only wanted, the physical aspect, I would not have done that because I knew that I was going to be ending up having feelings. And then once he cut it off, because eventually a physical relationship, it eventually gets cut off. Eventually, that you go your separate ways. So I knew when it was going to get cut off, I was going to be upset. I mean, I wasn't going to be like stalkerific or anything like that, but I was going to be upset and I was going to be like hurt and stuff like that. And I don't want to. Why should I do that to myself? But it so happened that fortunately he was in the same place as far as the relationship that I was, which I'm glad about and I'm happy. I'm glad I found that, but. I knew I wasn't going to be able to. So I guess it just depends on, like Ms. Bunny said, who it is and who, what your expectations are. But I mean, to me, an ex should be an ex. An ex should be an ex, regardless if you're friends or not.
Should be an ex. That's right.
The past remixes for the radio. That's right.
And if you're going to go back to an ex and sleep with them, you should be going back to an ex to try to rekindle a relationship. Now that's something different. If you're trying to rekindle the relationship again, okay, fine. But if you're just trying to hook up, that's not going to work out because that's not going to happen. Because you can't turn off love you did with the person at one point. So.
And also, especially, and I see a lot of chicks that do this, especially if you guys share children. Hell. Look here. Don't. Oh my God. My brother's ex. I mean, she is like trying to put her foot in the door. Like, no. Like, okay, you guys got a daughter. That's it. And even if he were to be down like that, but just to keep it at smashing, that still wouldn't be good for the fact you guys got a child involved. You know what I mean? Then they're like, Mommy's back. Okay, Mommy's not back. Hey, Mommy's back. Mommy's not back. Like, what, Daddy, what's going on? You know what I mean? Like, no, if you're single and you're being with the ex, I disagree with it because you're just opening Pandora's box. If you guys are not on the same level, then no. If you guys are trying to why can't I just speak today? That is really ticking me off. If y'all can't work stuff out, then no. And especially if you guys got kids, no. No.
I agree. Yeah. I've seen this so many times on Maury Povich. It's like I just went back for one night. I love Maury. Like I just went back for one night of passion, and now we got 3 kids. What? But
I just slept with her once. That's one of my favorite ones. That couldn't possibly be my baby because I only slept with her once. Really? Do you think it takes? If you think women get pregnant after a series of sexual encounters, first you gotta have sex the first time so that the sperm can be implanted, so the sperm can go inside, and then you gotta have sex again to push it up further, and then you gotta have sex again. Or if it's to fertilize, and then you gotta have sex again, or if it's to form the baby. That's not how it works. You have sex one time and one time.
Man, I only did it once, and that baby don't even look like me. Got the different big toe than me. Like, you serious? What you mean y'all ain't got the same big toe?
This one guy, he was Mexican, and he was just like, that's not my baby because the baby didn't even cry in Spanish, and I am not lying to you when he said that.
I believe it. I believe it.
Are you serious? You are serious. Then this one guy, I sleep with my eyes open, and he sleeps with his eyes closed, so that baby is not mine. What?
There's some ratchet dudes that talk like that. Like, seriously.
And I heard so many times that can possibly be my baby. That's not my baby because I don't produce girls. I only have boys. I have 3 boys.
Oh, yeah.
Oh, God, give me a break.
Yeah, and then they'd be like, well, we weren't together when the baby was conceived. Yeah, we was having sex, but we weren't in a relationship.
Right. You in a relationship?
Really?
I'm afraid your body don't work that way. Your body releases an egg and be like, you know what, I'm ovulating. Where's the PT at? That's all your body care about. Don't you know a woman's body don't care if you're in a relationship or not when it wants to get pregnant. It does not care.
I know that's right.
Really?
That's the animal in all of us. Your body doesn't care. Your body's going to release the egg, and wherever that sperm is, they don't care where it come from.
Okay.
All right.
That egg do not care whose sperm that is.
Mm-hmm.
The
egg ain't going to say, well, you're not in a relationship.
Exactly.
Okay.
I'm not in a relationship. I can't do it.
Yeah, your egg is not going to be like, well, I'm not going to let this sperm enter because this is not her husband.
Okay.
Retreat back into the ovary.
You're stupid. Oh, my gosh.
Anywho, this is a perfect segue to Miss Bunny's What Make Her Hot.
Okay.
It is time for your hoppericious. Did I really just make up a word?
You sure did.
It's time for your hop-tastic. That's what I meant to say. That still don't make no damn sense, but that sounds better than hopperific. It's time for Miss Bunny's hop. So go ahead, sweetheart.
Okay, well, it's along the same subject. What makes me hop is when people call only when they need something. And it's like they just being the phoniest when they call, hey, how you doing? How your family doing? Oh, yeah, can I borrow $100? Bitch, no.
Yes.
I haven't spoke to you in 5 years. Why are you calling my phone with this bullshit? I
Right?
want to hear your mouth. You know, I can't stand no people. It's just like I haven't spoke to you in how long, and now you calling trying to play nice. How's your mama doing? How's your daddy doing? You know, how's your brother? Oh, yeah, can you help me move this weekend? You know, get your sorry ass off my phone with this bull.
Seriously. Back in like '88, my parents won the lottery. They won about $400,000 at the time. And I remember they were getting calls like up the yin yang from just like distant people inviting us to dinner and like saying, hey, do you want to come over? These are people we ain't talked to. Like they haven't talked to in like years. And heard about them. I'm like,
how you get my number?
Right, first of all.
Like, how you get my number? Why are you calling him?
And my dad was like, first of all, of that $397,000, I'm only getting about 180 of it. Secondly, and that's none of your business. And secondly, you're not getting any of it. So, like, seriously, you're going to call me now out the clear blue sky? I hate when people do that.
I cannot stand that. That fluffs my tail, I tell you. It's just like, yeah. I know I haven't spoke to you in 10 years, but I just found your number, so I figured I'd give you a call to see how you're doing and to ask me if you could can you give me a ride somewhere? No.
Right.
No. Can you not call me?
That goes along with, like, I have a business, I have a store, and so when I'm in there, random people, like, I don't care about, like, friends and family because I always hook friends and family up because they're friends and family. But, you know, when random people just come inside the store, and then ever since I became a writer and have stuff available to read, and just random people are coming to me, I want a free one. I'm like, seriously? Like, my store is how I eat. Now you're going to really just come in here and be like, I want something free. Like, I can't stand when customers come in my store, to random people, and they want a discount. Like, that is such a pet all the associates. Like, I hate that. Like, why? What makes you? And I really apologize if the two of you guys ever go to the store and do this. I really do. I don't mean nothing by it, but it's really a pet peeve of sales associates when people do that. What makes you so special that I have to give you a discount? Like, why am I giving you one? Would you come give me a muffin basket, or what are you doing? Are you guys paying me? You're just gonna walk in and say, give me a discount? Like, why? Why should I do that? Who are you?
Oh yeah.
Are you gonna do? Are you okay? If I give you a discount, are you gonna bring 10 people in here and buy something out here? Then I'll give you something if you're gonna do that. But I have to pay bills in here. I have to pay rent. People, I guess it's not really a customer's job to care about that, and I do understand that because I've been a customer and a sales associate and a business owner. So it's not the customer's job to care about my bills and what I got going on. They just want to go in there, shop easily, buy their stuff, and get out. So I'm not unsympathetic to that because I've been a customer. But, I mean, I don't know. I think it's kind of rude. I mean, I can see if you were talking to me and we would develop a rapport, and you're like, oh, I love this, and I don't really have the money for it. And I'd be like, okay, because I don't have no problem doing that. Because if your bill comes up to like $300, you got $267, I'm not going to let the money walk out the door. I'm just being real. So right. I will hook you up. I have no problem with that. But just to come in there and blatantly be like, can I get that free? Can I get that for half off? How you gonna tell me what I'm gonna give you?
Okay.
I mean, are you serious? Like, no, I'm not. I mean, and I try not to gouge people with my prices. I don't gouge people with my prices. I mean, I have dresses in there for $10. I mean, I sell hair that's considerably lower than everybody else's hair. It's a good quality, and it's considerably lower than everybody else's hair around and stuff like that. So, I mean, I understand it's stuff that can get a bit expensive, and I don't have no problem with hooking people up, but you need to be a little bit more classy with it. Like, seriously, like, come in there and talk to me and get to know me. The next time you come in, I have a thing in my store. If you come in and so many times, I will give you one. And I will. And I understand you have to do that for people for business and stuff, but don't just come in there and be like, give me 50% off. Can I get 50%? Half off? Are you serious?
Gimme.
Half people, not 10%, not 20%, 50. That's a lot.
Wow.
Half. I mean, I've had people say, "Can I just have it free?" And then next time I'll come pay you. Like when I come get here, I'll pay you. Or can I take it out of here right now and I'll come back next week and pay you? And I get no. Am I really supposed to get your action and come back and pay me next week? No. So I mean, I completely understand that because people just they want to take advantage of you, and
they want to take advantage.
Yeah,
I mean, even for the small stuff, it just gets on my flipping nerve. Now, you guys remember years and years ago when I came to LA. And where were we at the amphitheater or something?
Yeah.
And I met this guy there, and I gave him my number. Random text years later talking about, I met you at a concert. Can you send me a naked picture? You don't get your sorry ass off my goddamn text message. It's like, who? What? Are you serious?
Wow.
Years ago was that?
Men say the craziest things.
And now you want a naked picture of it? No. As a matter of fact, take my number out your phone after 8 years and you never using it.
I'm not even going to get mad. No. I'm not even going to get mad at a man for doing that because apparently it's women that go for this. Otherwise, they probably wouldn't.
Yeah, exactly. But I ain't that one.
You ain't the one.
I mean, I've actually had random picture text messages of naked people.
Yes. It's like, what the hell?
Just random. I'm like,
first of all, who is this?
Okay.
I like to look at a good penis like the next woman, but not a random text with somebody. I don't even remember who they are.
A random one or somebody you don't know. It's like, who the hell is this? Oh, Greg and them gave me your phone number, and I just thought I'd give you something to look at.
Is that how you introduce yourself? Is that your introduction? I text me you're weird.
Wow.
Hello. That'll suffice. A nice hello will suffice.
It
Maybe that's how
definitely will.
But remember, Bunny, when I lived in Jersey, and I told you about the guy that when I was walking home and from a job interview, it was like 10 o'clock at night, and these two guys come to me, and one of them just took out his thing.
Yeah.
Hey.
And I had to, that's when I got the switchblade from you that night.
Yeah.
Oh.
We don't do that one.
It was really scary because he started grabbing on me. And then I ran to the door, and when I unlocked, because we lived in an apartment that had a main glass door. And so I walked in the door, and then one of the guys put his foot in the way so I couldn't close the door. I mean, and after they was grabbing me, it was really, really scary. Like, seriously.
Oh, yeah, you told me about that. Yeah, you told me about that.
Yeah, there was some psycho stuff. That's why it's like, here, take this blade and carry it.
Castrate
you don't do that.
That's
crazy.
Right.
I told Bunny about that when she was like, "What's?" Because I came in the house all freaked out. She was like, "What's wrong with you?" I was like, I was so scared because I had only been in for probably about a month or two, and I didn't know anything about Jersey. Nobody there. I was by myself alone, and I'm like, she walked out. She's like, take this. Carry it with you all the time.
Like, hold on, here, I'll be right back. That's that goddamn came at me. Like, hold on, I'll be right back real quick.
Yeah, that was very scary. And then like I managed to get the door closed, and they just feel like the door just banging on the door, like, come on, let me in. I'm like, I had to call the police. I called the police, and the police was like, okay, we see somebody. Give us your number. We see somebody. Well, the police don't be doing nothing right in and there. And so I got a call back maybe about 3 days later saying that they saw these two guys doing that, but I don't think they picked up the guys. And some other girl said they did that to them, but I don't think they picked them up because they didn't catch the guys doing anything. So, I mean, that was scary. And they knew where I lived, so I wasn't afraid to even go out the house because I'm like, these men are just crazy. I mean,
I don't blame you.
I mean, it's just like, are you serious with things? And when I moved out there, I don't know anything about nobody. So I'm walking down the street, and then this dude's like, is that your key? I mean, please excuse my language, but he's like, is that your pussy? Because it was a cat that was walking next to me. And I didn't see the cat. Well, actually, the cat was behind me. It was a kitten. I didn't see the kitten.
I remember that.
Wow.
And I'm like, what the hell? Like, what? And so
that is so
like,
grotesque.
Yeah, and I was like, what? And he says, that's your pussy. And he pointed behind me, and there was a cat in there. He was like, I'm talking about the cat. I was like, yeah, right. You were talking about the cat.
Didn't just say the cat. I'm like, what you mean? That's funny
like,
for you.
You should ask him, is that your teeth, and kicked him in the mouth.
And then I'm like, he's like, can I lick your pussy? And I'm sitting there like, yeah, you can go ahead and lick this cat behind me all you want to. Go ahead, have a good time. I'm like, is this really supposed to be? Is this supposed to be?
I would have castrated him.
Clearly, all the men in New Jersey are not like this. I really hope not, because I'm definitely gonna give them the benefit of the doubt. Because I actually met somebody really cool in Jersey that I dated a little bit out there. So no, they're not all like that. But this guy was just off the hook. Like, I mean, are you serious?
I'm gonna go on record and say, this is Miss Bunny. I'm going on record and saying New Jersey has some sorry ass men. And that's my story, and I'm sticking to it. Every man I met in Jersey was sorry as hell. There was some cool ones, but the men for dating ones was sorry than them.
I hear that. And y'all can prove me wrong, but the ones that I met, run.
Well,
run, Miss, run, Forrest, run.
I had one that was cool. But, I mean, I don't know. I don't know every man out there, but it's just, because you spent more time, and I was only out there for about a year, so you spent more time out there than me. So I didn't really, get the full effect of it, but I just know that guy was just off the chain. Like, are you going to come to me first? And, this happened the second day I was out there. This is when I was there by myself when you were still in Chi-Town, and I was there by myself. And you told me where the store is. I walked to the store. This is my second day out there. I walked to the store the first time I entered because I got there in the middle of the night. So we didn't really go anywhere but get something to eat. And Bunny was there. So we stayed in the house. That next day is I decided to walk around the neighborhood just so I could see what was going on because it was daylight and I didn't want to do it at night. So I'm walking to the store, and this is what I hear. Like, this is like it happened. So I'm sitting there like, really? Hey. Mind you, they're construction workers in the house. They're supposed to be working. They're construction workers. So he turns around, hey. I'm like, okay. I'm looking like I can't stand when people hate me or hate me. I'm like, I'm not a horse, but whatever. So he's looking, and he's like, is that your pussy? I'm like,
oh, I'm sorry.
That is horrible. That is terrible.
I'm like, wait a minute. Is that your pussy? Can I lick your pussy? No. You can lick this one behind me. I don't know what diseases this cat has, but you can go ahead and put your tongue on that one. Go on ahead. Because since that's the one you're talking about in this place.
Oh, my God. I don't know what to say about that.
I mean, I'm too done. Surely, these are not the way the guys are in New Jersey.
Well, hopefully not all of them, but as I've stated on record, it's some sorry-ass men in New Jersey. Well, this is Jersey City, New Jersey, to be in particular. Sorry as hell.
Well, I don't know. I don't know if everybody's there. I'm just going to be neutral about it. But, there's sorry guys everywhere and there's good guys everywhere. But I'm just saying, like, that, I've never heard anything like that in my life. Maybe it's because...
That is horrible.
Maybe it's because people, particularly in Jersey and New York, are pretty straightforward. And which is, that's not always bad.
No, it's because a lot of the women out there are slow as hell and they let these men talk to them any kind of way. But that's a different story, so we're going to leave that alone, too.
Yeah, I don't know. I mean, I noticed that they're pretty in your face and straightforward, which, that's not always a bad thing, but sometimes it can be a little overwhelming to a person that's from where I like, and they don't, when the people don't talk like that in L.A., like, we're not all like, you know what I'm saying? So we know. I mean, that's who you are. That's who you are. It's nothing wrong with being real. I mean, they just real out there. But sometimes you could be, and then being real is good, but sometimes you could be a little bit too real. I mean, that's a little bit too real right there. Telling me like, oh, is that your, like, what does that even mean?
That's just ignorant. That ain't real. That's real ignorant.
That's ignorant. That's ignorant. Not even ignorant. Ignorant.
Yes.
That's ignorant.
I'm wondering if he would have said that if the cat wasn't there. Because what does that even mean?
I mean, it would.
The JJ would have been there. If the cat wasn't there, you're asking me whose is it? I mean, whose else is it? Are you kidding me? I mean, it's not like I'm carrying it inside of a bag or something. You know, who's that?
I was just about to say that.
It's in your purse.
Where else would it be?
Anyway, we have gone like 10 minutes over in our show. This was interesting. Oh my goodness. Oh man. I don't know. I attract some of the craziest people, and I don't know. Maybe it's me. I don't know. But I get some of the craziest people. But anyways, that's it for us for today. This evening. I really hope you enjoyed the show. And join us next week where we will have an interesting show. First, I want to invite you to like us on Facebook. Facebook.com/Charisma's Lounge. That's Facebook.com/Charisma's Lounge. And if you want to email us, I didn't do one today, but I normally do. So if there's a topic that you guys out there want us to talk about, we will get to it. Email us at charismaslounge@gmail.com. That is charismaslounge@gmail.com. You can email me anything, any topic, whatever you want to talk about. Please, I just no politics, no religion, and nothing too racially motivated, because our show is it's fun. It's not like that. So, but just keep it fun and simple. But if it's something serious to you, that's fine. But I mean, we kind of don't touch on those subjects. But if you want to email us, go right ahead, charismaslounge@gmail.com. And also, Ms. Bunny and Ms. Yaya also have Facebook pages. I'm going to let them tell you what their Facebook pages are.
Facebook.com/Bunny9579.
And Facebook.com/Yaya.
Okay, so yeah, we have their Facebook pages, and once again, our show Facebook is Facebook.com/Charisma's Lounge. And also, if you're interested in my books, I do write romance leaning towards the erotic side, but it's like mystery, thriller, suspense, and I do have one available right now. Right now, it's currently free. It's going to be free until August. It's going to be free until Tuesday. So Tuesday it'll be up for 99 cents, but you can go get it. Go to Amazon.com and click and put in the search engine Charisma Chloe, and you can see my book. It's called Protecting and More. It's 4-star rated, so I have some reviews. I think it's pretty good. Hopefully you will too.
It's awesome.
It's awesome. I love it.
Thank you. You can go grab that while it's still free. If not, it's 99 cents. And the paperback is available on the Create Space store. So you go to createspace.com and also in their search engine, search the store. And also in their search engine, you can put my name, Charisma Chloe, and my book will come up. The paperback is about $11. So you can go and get that. And also like me on Facebook, Facebook.com/author Charisma Chloe. And I'm sorry, I can't remember my own Facebook. Facebook.com, author Charisma Chloe, or visit my website at charismachloe.com. And one more for you. I know the websites are overwhelming on this show, but you can visit us at blogtalkradio.com/Charisma Chloe if you want to look for upcoming shows and what we have going on, and all that kind of stuff. So join us next week at 4 o'clock Pacific time. Check your local times. For Pacific time, it's 4 o'clock LA time, but wherever you are, check your specific time zone. Our next show will be about single women versus married women. Who is better off? That should be interesting.
Oh,
we'll
hell.
See. We do have a married woman on the show, and we have a single woman on the show, and we have one in a relationship, so we'll see what's going on. But, it's going to be fun. Don't worry about it. It's not going to be, really bad. But, so, yeah, it's going to be our next show. So we'll see you same bat time, same bat station. Bye-bye, guys.
Bye.